Hi everyone, Ebony Allard here. I am, for those who don't know me, I'm a misfit turned maven, an author, a coach, founder of the Misfit to Maven, or the Misfit to Maven Way, and the Value Filter System, and also host of Adulting with Ebony, which is my podcast. And it is my mission to help people who are self-selected misfits create lives as extraordinary and unique as you are, that really feel as good on the inside as they perhaps look on the outside. I do that in all sorts of different ways: courses, books, art, all sorts of fun stuff. And today I want to talk to you about the sidekick, the archetype of the sidekick, and the double-edged sword of being the sidekick, and how to rewrite the script, because I see so many people running this one, and it's also something that I used to do a lot myself. And so I'm sharing a personal story in a hope that it will really help some of you, because it's not... it doesn't paint me in the best light, and I'm really happy to share it if it helps you to see something. Okay, so where do I want to start with this? A sidekick, and perhaps you've got this sidekick complex, or you feel like the sidekick. Maybe you feel like you're never the one in the limelight. Maybe you feel like you're never the one that gets the guy, maybe, or the girl, or the partner, or what, maybe you feel like it's that always the bridesmaid feeling that I'm describing. And I really remember this from growing up. I often found myself in kind of relationships with a best friend where they were almost the leading lady and I was always their sidekick. And as their sidekick, I was the one that I was a great wing woman, right? Like, I was really fantastic at showing up for them, at organising things, at making the experience great, at organising stuff and the logistics and making sure that everything worked out, making sure that we were in the right place, all of those kind of things. But she would be the one that attracted all the attention, or that ordered the drinks, or that got us into the place, or whatever it was, right? And then later in life, I kept repeating this pattern. I kept repeating this pattern of being the sidekick. And the way that would show up professionally, for a long time, many of you know, I used to have a company called My Girl Friday that was a virtual assistant, personal assistant business. And we worked specifically with entrepreneurs and high net worth individuals, and private, it was business owners, but also private individuals, helping them with whatever they needed to make sure that their lives worked. And essentially, I was a professional sidekick at that point, right? So I would run everything behind the scenes. I'd make sure that they looked good all the time. And here's the thing that's really, really important. I still got to go to all those events. I still got to live and experience the things that they were experiencing. I got to tag along. I got to be there, right? But it's very easy when you're in the role as the sidekick, or when you've labelled yourself as the sidekick, to feel like the full experience isn't available to you, and that you have to be the sidekick because you can't be anything else, right? And often when we are the sidekick, we tell ourselves, oh, I'm not rich enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not successful enough, I'm not interesting enough, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too much, I'm not, whatever it is, right? The always and nevers, right? And the always too much and the never enough, again, is this like double-edged sword that we paint ourselves with, and that gets us out of actually understanding the truth and reframing it a different way. Because actually being the sidekick and choosing to see ourselves as the sidekick does this thing where it puts us in martyr. It puts us in victim. It excuses us from the full experience. Okay. And it kind of says, I can't put myself out there. I can't be the main event. What if you rewrote the script? What if you took ownership of your desire to be the implementer and to have anonymity? Because if you really wanted to be centre stage, there's my belief is that you have beliefs around being the main event, around being the celebrity, about being the leading lady or man or whatever. I'm pretty sure that if you were to dive a little bit deeper, what you would discover is that you have beliefs that say there's a lot of responsibility. They're going to be on, people are going to be on me all the time. I might get haters that criticize me or that think, who is she or who is he to be there? And actually you've got all of these scripts running that stop you from being in that spotlight. And when I'm working with coaches and mentors, and whenever we're doing branding work or like really identifying our audience, one of the things they always say is like, what's their secret desire? And I want to push you to think about what your secret desire is, because it may look like your secret desire is to be the center of attention, is to be the leading lady, is to be the person that everyone wants to see, that is famous, that is successful, that's out there. And I don't think that's true. I think that actually you secretly really enjoy being the person who organizes everything, being the person who knows what's going on everywhere, being the person that has an anonymity but is able to and has access to all of these experiences and situations. So what if you shifted your belief to ones where the sidekick was rich and free and had choices? What if you rewrote the script so that the sidekick wasn't second place, but was first place, was exactly where you wanted to be in order to have the experiences and to live the life that you want to live? Now, if that's not true and you actually want to be the leading lady or man or whatever, and you want to step into the role of being the face and the name and the voice of the thing, then that's really, really okay. But maybe there are some limiting beliefs that you get to address around the responsibility or the visibility, or like, what is it specifically that's keeping you, that you really, really believe underneath it all, stops you from being in that seat? And if you find that actually you really like being the one that's driving or navigating or whatever, whatever you want to, what kind of allegory that you want to use to set this right, or to set yourself in this scenario and situation, what if you rewrote the script? Because I believe that many of us are in the exact position that we want to be in. It's our mindset that gets to shift. I often say to my clients, how can you rewrite the rules so that you're more successful now? And so many of us as people pleasers and perfectionists have these scripts running that are unobtainable, right? Like we've created rules that are so high that they're completely unattainable. They're completely impossible to reach. And actually you wouldn't want them anyway, because actually you are intelligent, you're motivated, you're proactive, you're incredibly capable, often overqualified. And it's what's tripping you up is the rules that you're writing for success. And if you were able to rewrite the rules and rewire and recode yourself on the inside so that you were actually hugely appreciative of the exact place that you are now with a few minor tweaks so that you could enjoy it more, that is success. If this has been interesting, or you have any questions about this premise, or just any feedback in terms of what I've shared here, I'd love to hear from you. Please do tag me either in the comments. If you're on YouTube, I'll reply. If you're watching this on Facebook, I'll reply. I would absolutely love to continue this conversation with you. And I have a new program out at the moment called Your Thing, Sure Thing. We start on the 1st of May, and I would love for you to come and find out more. If this has resonated with you and you want to take ownership of your reality, radical responsibility for your reality and where you are, and change your experience, this is the program for you, and I would love to hear from you.